So just like almost any other Greenville update, with the April Fool's update, we have quite a lot of secrets to go through, and some of these are probably things that not even you guys know about. But as always, before we get into this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 18.6k subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the huge support on my last video, I really appreciate it. For those guys who want to join my Discord server, that is in the description below. For those guys who want to stay up to date with all my future content and all Greenville's update information. But anyways, let's get straight into it. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna get the obvious one out of the way here, and that is that there is a chance that you can get a sandy map. And yeah, it's extremely interesting to say the least, because typically we only see Greenville in like grassy conditions and then snowy conditions, and that's pretty much it. Obviously we do get other seasons in between that, but the sandy map is something that we've never seen before, and obviously Greenville never looks like this in real life, so it's pretty interesting to say the least. Definitely gives the game a different feel, I can't lie. I'd honestly be surprised if no roleplay server uses this to their advantage to do like a special RP or something, because I mean it is actually pretty cool unironically. The next one here actually has to do with the Mega Kart 2.0. So originally when the update came out, the top speed of this thing was around 135 miles per hour, but a few hours later they did actually buff it, so now it goes a lot faster than it did previously, where it now tops out at around 175 miles per hour instead, which is a massive buff, and Greenville doesn't really do this stuff often, but they probably just figured that since this thing costs so much money and it is overall just a crazy looking vehicle, they may as well make it overpowered as well, especially because I do think some people were complaining about how slow the last one was. But it's definitely an interesting one, and it definitely just makes this thing even more worth it, because it is most definitely one of the most unique limited cars that we've had in the game so far. Additionally, the next one is actually something to do with the kart once again, and that's that if we actually bring our focus down to the engine bay right here, you can actually see that the engine does slightly vibrate when we start driving the vehicle. So as you guys can see, when I'm completely still here, it does not move, but then the second I start driving, it does start vibrating pretty rapidly. And this is a very cool detail that a lot of people didn't even notice, and Greenville doesn't really do for their cars at all from my knowledge, so I hope we see stuff like this in the future. And then alongside it as well, the entire actual engine bay does move as well, so for example the exhaust pipes also do this, and it is overall just a very interesting little secret. The next secret is actually here in the dealership, and that is that they actually gave a car that was already in game a brand new car badge. So it is literally the exact same vehicle that was already in game, just with a new badge, and they essentially just did this to troll people, which in my opinion is pretty funny, as a lot of people including myself kind of got tripped up by this. But yeah, apparently this thing was literally always in game, however they did make it look like a new vehicle, which is pretty interesting. And even now a lot of people have no idea that this is the case, and so many people have just been buying it not even realizing that it was already in game. So I mean it just goes to show that a lot of people just buy cars because they have new badges on them. Now for the next two here, we are actually going back to the kart again, because this thing is packed with Easter eggs. So the first one here is that if you actually turn on the high beams, then you can see that the underneath part of the car actually glows. Very interesting in my opinion. I don't really know what this is supposed to even be, but I mean I guess it's just a little cool detail. And at night it glows pretty significantly. You can even see it like reflecting onto the ground, which is cool. Yeah, overall just a very nice detail. And then secondly, one that I'm not too surprised about, is that this thing does have a pretty interesting horn, so let's just play it right here. So it seems to be like a train horn kind of thing, but it is a lot quieter obviously. Still pretty cool regardless though. Personally, I quite enjoy it when Greenville adds custom stuff like that. The next secret is on the new Fox mountain car, specifically the tune trim. So obviously this thing does have a supercharger, but one interesting detail is that the butterfly valves do actually flip over when you press W. So as you guys can clearly see, they do move right here. And this is such a small detail that I didn't even expect them to really remember to add, especially on such a small vehicle like this. But I mean, it does exist, and it's pretty cool, I can't lie. And now on the new 2014 Avanza Row, we actually have two Easter eggs to go through here. So the first one is that there is another special horn on this one. So if I actually hold down H, you guys can see that the horn actually plays twice, kind of. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I honestly don't know why that is, but yeah, it's like that. But the interesting one here is that when I actually start up the vehicle and go into first person, you guys can see that there is a little like mouse click icon that occasionally appears on the gauges right here, as you guys can see. And this doesn't actually seem to serve any function, at least in Greenville. But this car is pretty well known to be like a freeware sort of car for Roblox, or at least like an older one obviously. So it's likely that when they were importing the car over to GV, they basically just forgot to remove this, or they removed the functionality of the gauges, but they didn't actually remove this icon. So I mean, it's quite interesting, and a lot of people did point this one out. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 18.6k subscribers, so it would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, definitely some interesting secrets for this update. Let me know what you guys think about them in the comments below. I'm honestly pretty surprised that for an update as small as this one, we even got secrets, so props to the devs for that. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.